Oh my Lord. Hello everybody, Leighton here, aka Book Girl. Yes, 'tis I, Leighton, dressed like this. Honestly, it's probably a little too cute, a little too fashionable, but I just had to go with what I had in my closet. But if you couldn't tell, I am dressed as Blue from the Raven Cycle series. So over the course of this month, I have become obsessed with the Raven Cycle. I'm telling you what, this has been an experience from start to finish. It has been a roller coaster of sorts. But we'll get into that in a minute. For now, welcome to another book chat. We're going to start with the non-spoiler section, so if you haven't read the book, you are safe to stay for now. But be warned, when I do spoil, I spoil hard. So when I warn you to leave, you'd best get the heck out of Dodge right quick. But stay for now, kick back, relax, and enjoy as I tell you a little bit about the series that has changed my life. So, the Raven Cycle series by Maggie Stiefvater. This is a 4-book series which follows the tale of some interesting teens. We have Gainsey, the rich boy who doesn't really understand exactly how rich and privileged he is. We have Adam, trailer park trash, who just wants to get out of the fictional town of Henrietta, Virginia as quickly as possible. We have Ronan Lynch, the bad boy who just can't stand going to school. We have Noah Cherney, the kid who's just a little smudgy. And we have Blue Sergeant, a psychic's daughter who isn't herself psychic but can enhance other psychics' abilities. These 5 come together in what I can only call the most amazing adventure of all time. Because the thing is, Blue has known her entire life that if she kisses her true love, he will die. It has been prophesized by many a psychic, including her family and her family friends. And Blue lives in a house of psychics, so it's pretty clear that this prophecy is probably gonna come true. So she just has a rule that she does not kiss anybody, because if she doesn't kiss anybody, she can't kiss and kill her true love, and everything's fine. But in comes the Raven Boys. The Raven Boys are actually students at this boarding school called Aglionby Academy, where their symbol is a raven. And so these 4 Raven Boys, Gainsey, Adam, Ronan, and Noah, are all on this quest to find this dead Welsh king, who's apparently actually not dead, but actually sleeping, and whoever wakes him gets a favor. So that's the basic setup of the story, and then there's a ton of magical realism, there's a ton of crazy crap that happens throughout the 4 books. It's insane. You've got to read it. Now bear in mind, if you're planning on reading this series, the first 2 books kind of have a weird sort of flow to them, where it's hard to get into them at first. You know, they kind of both start down here and they kind of stay down here for a while, and honestly, I almost put the first book down because I was a little bit confused, and then also I just wasn't sure if it was the book for me. It wasn't really capturing my attention, and then just suddenly halfway through it spikes, and then you just can't put it down. Like, trust me on this, once you hit that spike point, you ain't putting that book down, that's for sure. But the 3rd and 4th books are just, from beginning to end, crazy. I mean, there's some lull points, but even those aren't as bad as like the beginning of the first 2 books. Like, sometimes there's lull points, but it's almost a relief because you're like, oh my goodness, all of this stuff is happening. I need to slow down. With that being said, I can easily rate this series a 9 out of 10. Because I have not been this hooked by a series since, oh gosh, I don't even know, probably Vampire Academy. And they're making it into a television series now, so hashtag Leighton for Blue 2017. Anyway, if you have not read this series, do it. And this series has been out for a while, so like I am late on this bandwagon. I know. The problem is college really got me out of the book world for a long time because it just, you know, you have the assigned readings, so then you don't want to do fun readings, but No more. No more, my friends. Never again will I let college make me lose my love of reading. This series brought it back full force, so if you are in a book slump, I highly suggest it. Even if you're not in a book slump, I highly suggest it. And so now I think we're going to move on to the spoiler section of this review, but before we do, I have a side channel dedicated to acting, and I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to be doing some blue scenes in the very near future. So if you want to check that channel out, and maybe, you know, if you're interested in watching me do some scenes as blue so that you can actually see me as blue and not as myself dressed as blue, then you can click down there, you can subscribe to that channel, and we'll see what happens. I can even do a non-rhotic southern accent, so I mean there's that, and they're in Henrietta, Virginia, and that's exactly the kind of accent they do, so I'm just saying. Okay, so now this is the spoiler section for real, so if you haven't read this book, skedaddle on out of here until you have read it, and then come back and we can talk about this book some more. Okay, so you guys are here because you've read the book. Thank the Lord, because I need to talk to somebody about this series pronto. So condensing a whole series into a book chat felt really daunting, especially when I have so many things that I want to talk about. So after I read each book, I wrote down my initial thoughts. So I'm going to read those to you now very quickly, and then you'll kind of have a basic idea of how I felt about each book. And warning, this is spoilers for the whole series, not just the first book, so be warned. So, the Raven Boy's immediate thoughts. What does the last line mean? The climax was so confusing. What did Adam sacrifice? Do I ship Blue and Adam? Or Blue and Gainsey? Or Gainsey and Adam? Lord only knows. Noah is adorable. I love him. What does the last line mean? Did I even like this book? I have no idea, but it had me hooked. I am so torn about how I feel about all these characters. The magic in this book is both super cool and super confusing. I feel like I missed a million things in the beginning. I am not at all surprised that this author wrote Shiver. This book was such a tease when it came to Blue's kiss prophecy. I don't know how I feel. What is happening? The Dream Thieves' immediate thoughts. What the hell is with these last line cliffhangers? I knew Ronan was gay! Adam X Ronan for life! I totally knew that Kaminsky was a dream thief. I could tell. Maggie Stiefvater writes really confusing action scenes. However, she is good at making things feel extremely dreamlike. I ship Blue and Gainsey so hard! Also Blue and Noah, but that's another story. But then Blue and Noah's kiss. And Blue and Gainsey's not kiss. Lol at Ronan throwing Noah out the window. This whole series just feels like a fever dream, especially the scenes with Ronan, because like, yeah. I hope Adam doesn't turn into a totally awful person. The Gray Man is awesome. I love him. But like I knew that Ronan was going to have to dream of a different contract as soon as he translated the different language, and I was just sitting there the whole book like, come on dude, it's not that hard! On the bright side, I understand a lot more in this book than I did in the last book. Where did the creepy witch lady from book 1 go? Is she ever coming back? Blue, Lily, Blue, immediate thoughts. Neve! Shit, they woke the third sleep and they all gonna die! Why didn't they make sure Piper was dead? Double tap! Always double tap! My lord, the shipping of Blue and Gainsey is at OTP levels right now. Also, Ronan and Adam better end up together for real. I don't know if I really like Adam anymore though. He needs to redeem himself in book 4. This book is by far my favorite so far. I adore Quinillian. Persephone, no! I'm also getting hella nervous that Maggie Stiefvater is actually going to kill Gainsey and show no mercy, and that would not be okay. I officially adore and love all of these characters, especially Blue, who I really relate to a lot. The Raven King. Immediate thoughts. Oh my lord. This book was so good, I don't even know what emotions I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling all of the emotions. I'm pretty sure I'm Maggie Stiefvater trash now. Ronan and Adam. Gainsey and Blue. Henry. I love them all so much. How did I not love them from the very beginning? Gainsey is alive. I am so relieved it's not even funny. One of my new all-time favorite series. I literally thought everyone was dying at one point. So, when's that spin-off with Ronan coming out, though? I want to immediately reread the series. Glendower was actually dead! What the frick-frack? Like, I can usually call plot twists from a mile away, but I did not see that coming. As an author, I admire every single thing that Maggie Stiefvater decided to do with this series. No, I am emotionally wrecked in the best way possible. I'm not ready for it to be over. And there you have it, my immediate thoughts on all 4 books. But for real, there's just so much in this series that I want to praise, and I'm just on cloud 9 right now. But aside from plot and everything, I just want to take a second to talk about Maggie Stiefvater's writing. Honestly, she is one of the most beautiful writers I've ever read. Because the thing about her writing is that it's so hard to get into, but once you do, it just has this really unique flow that's so entirely and completely hers. It's crazy. She just uses this beautiful language. I don't know, I love it. You guys know how much I love beautiful language in books, and this book it did that. This series did that, I mean. And she is so good at writing dream scenes and making things in real life seem like they're dreams, and just everything, I don't know, it's just, she describes dreams in a way that's totally accurate, but in a way that you would never think to describe a dream. Or like how she describes how Noah is there and then he isn't, but maybe he was always there, or maybe he was always not there, and it's just so trippy and dreamlike, but it's like, yes, that's exactly what a dream is like. And Ronan's nightmare creatures were literally like so scary to me. Like, I'm usually not freaked out by things on the written page because I can kind of separate myself from that, but no, these night horror things, they were freaky AF. Mostly, again, because of the way that Maggie described them, how she was like, she made the tick, 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 tick sound, and then how it was like, it had a beak, and then it had scaly feathers, and then it had really sharp claws, but she never really fully described it, so you couldn't really get a full image of it. But that's like how a dream is, you know? You don't see the full image of what it is, you just have the vague idea of what something is. I don't know, she just, mwah. Maggie Stiefvater, mwah. I can't praise you enough. But like, let's talk about the last few pages of the last book for a second, because Maggie Stiefvater, what the actual, she had him blindfolded and then his hands all tied up, and then she puts it in his point of view when everything's going to crap and you just don't know, and it was just, as a reader, I am furious at you, Maggie Stiefvater. As a writer, bravo. Golf clap. And really quickly, before I end this video, like, let's just talk about the plot twist where Glendower was dead and they couldn't wake him up. I am baffled by this revelation. Seriously, and like, you'd think that that would like render the whole series pointless and you'd feel like you were kind of robbed of a real ending, but somehow Maggie Stiefvater made it feel totally satisfying, and I'm just like, how? Maybe it was because, you know, it was really a character-driven story and the characters really developed, and that was what really mattered the most, was the development of the characters and the fact that, you know, they all lived. Thank the Lord! And you were so relieved with the fact that they all lived that you could kind of forgive the fact that just Glendower just... And then also, quick question, how did Blue's kiss kill Gainsey? That was never actually explained. Like, they kind of made a joke about how her kiss like poisoned him or whatever, but like, how? But y'all, seriously, I need to like fangirl over this series. I need to like talk about this series. So please, I am begging you, for my own mental health, comment down below with just anything about this series and I will get into like a legitimate conversation with you, because I need to talk to somebody about this. Okay guys, well, I think I'm about to have a heat stroke in this outfit. Also, let me know what you thought of this outfit. Do you think it's bluish? I know I kind of picture her in brighter clothes than this, but like I said, I had to go with what I had in my closet, and this is just mostly from the time when I tried to be goth that one time. But I tried to make it cool in like a way that like, because the way I picture Blue is like, she wears things that most people wouldn't wear, but they're still kind of, in a way, fashionable, but like in her own way. So I don't know, did I pull it off? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I'll try something else in the future. Maybe I'll try to get a few more clothes that match more closely to how I picture Blue dressing. But anyway, thank you guys for joining me for this book chat. Hopefully you found it enjoyable. I had a lot of fun just geeking out over this series. I could do it all day, so please, again, remember, comment below, because I just need people to talk to about this. This is important. So if you guys want to follow my channel where I do acting, I was gonna keep this channel a secret, mostly because if you go far enough back, those videos can get very embarrassing. But if you want to watch my videos, especially if I get some out as Blue, then you can go to Leighton Williams. It's just me. My picture is the profile picture. you'll know it when you see it. I also have a link to it on my channel, and I also have the link to it down in the description. So go down there if you want to check it out. Subscribe. The video of me being blue will probably come in a few weeks. Probably not right away, but in a few weeks. I gotta find good scenes and everything and practice, memorize, whatever. As for other places you can follow me in the meantime, check out my social media. You can find me at bookgrl13, at bookgirl13 on Tumblr, or you can find me at book_grl13 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Not to mention, you can also find me on my own personal blog. What's exciting about that is you can find out everything about the book I'm writing, because I'm writing a book. You can watch me as I go through my ups and downs of book writing. And I'm also probably going to start doing book reviews for books that I can't get to with book chats. I'll probably write up reviews for those because I'm gonna start reading more. I'm gonna try to read a book a week. We'll see how that goes. If you want to subscribe, you can click up there. If you want to watch my last book chat, you can click over there. And if you want to watch the last video that has been uploaded to my channel, you can click. I'm going back to on my boobs because, you know, click on my boobs. Click there. Click there. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!